Hey,
Hi,
I'm Vlad, they them.
nice to meet you. I'm Kim.
Very nice to meet
He,
you.
him.
Do you wanna chat or just jump into the mystery box?
Whatever you feel like.
Let's see
Let's
what
do
they
it.
prepared.
What do people often get wrong about you?
I can jokingly say my pronouns for the first thing. I still very much look like a man. So that is the immediate assumption. So that's jokingly something they'll always get wrong, I guess.
You know, it's a new concept for most people. And I think some people
It's still very fresh, yeah.
struggle. And I think a lot of people are worried that they get it wrong or that they say something that might be interpreted as lack of respect or lack of understanding.
Yeah.
So your pronouns are,
They, them.
so you identify as non-binary.
Yeah, broadly speaking, yes.
And so if people misidentify you or call you him or he, how does that feel for you?
In some sense, it's fine because there's little to go by. Like if it's a person that I'm gonna interact with repeatedly, I'll be like, "Hey, just for your knowledge, small correction." It's only really bothersome when somebody knows and it's like a person that you have to interact with and they on purpose misgender you. Yeah, what do people get wrong about you?
Yeah, I think I come across as quite confident.
Yeah, you do give off this vibe of very confident and imposing, even.
Yeah, I think that's me compensating for the opposite, right? I mean, when you grow up and you know that you're gay and people call you all kinds of crazy things. When I grew up, everybody wanted to fit in, and the way that I tried to fit in was just to try to be like everybody else. And I think part of that was hiding some of the things that I was insecure about.
Does it feel like a mask?
I think it was more of a mask. Now it feels like I know myself and I'm not ashamed of who I am and I'm proud of who I am. It's a different type of confidence. I don't have to remind myself to be confident. I feel more confident than I ever did.
What's the most stupid / most insulting thing someone has ever said to you?
One of the things that I really find disturbing is when people said, "Oh, I didn't realize you were gay. You don't look gay at all." And they mean it like a compliment, which is so insulting. And yourself?
It's mostly in terms of the non-binary thing. So you'll get people saying, "Oh, you're just confused. Ah, but you were born with a penis." So like clearly, I've had partners that accuse me of not being manly enough or whatever, without any clue to me that, oh yeah, that's why.
No, but
There's a reason behind it. The fact that those two things can coexist in people's minds, kinda. You're not manly enough, but you're a man. What do you mean you're not a man? At the same time, about the same person. That's, I think, the wildest ones that I've experienced directly.
Are we ready for another one? Why does pride still matter?
I feel like the obvious answer is the fact that we're seeing a rise in fascist sentiment and fascist politics in the Western world. So I think that's the biggest threat to LGBT people, to women, that's currently bubbling up. And there needs to be something standing against that and trying to move the overtone back towards a more normal, inclusive space.
So, as a gay person, I've been able to live my life because somebody went before me, and I feel an obligation to continue that. It also gives an opportunity to the allies to show that the haters are not the majority, because I strongly believe that there is a big majority of people who just want to get along and who believe in human rights and inclusivity. And I think Pride is also an opportunity for them to show their allyship.
Have you ever lied about what you did on the weekend?
When you meet people, and they all sit around and they talk about what they did with their wives and their kids. And then they ask you, what did you do? You know, every time you have to think about, do I really want to now open this conversation about not having a wife, having a husband, blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes I choose to not do it, not because of me, but also because I don't want people to feel that they did something wrong. So I think it is a bit of a thing. And I think a lot of straight people don't think about it. If you don't know what it's like to be part of a minority, you don't know. And it's not a problem to explain, but sometimes you just get tired of explaining, also because it reminds you yourself that you're not like everybody else.
Yeah, and in my case, my partner is a woman, so the qualifier of wife works. I do refer to her as my partner, and like the kind of ambiguity in that term.
Why is the ambiguity important to you? I'm interested to understand.
Yeah, it just tickles my fancy for some reason. I kind of like when people are left a little bit guessing about
You like to
things.
be a mystery.
I guess to some extent, yeah. Yeah, and neutral language is just inclusive. So I try to also, by way of example, promote that.
All right, I think that was the last question.
Yeah, I think so. Just to double check the mystery box, but yeah, that was it.
How did that feel?
It was very cool to see a different experience and perspective, especially live. I'm one of those more chronically online people.
Yeah, no, I'm more like an in-person person, so I also really appreciate it.
Be seeing you and be seeing you.